Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Friday, 11th June, and I'm Curtis Moore. In our headlines, Kyron out, then in. And in our feature for this evening, SK and Sugar Boys to take on El Salvador tomorrow. We'll take this break and I'll be right back.
Breathe. Release. Feel. Transform. Embrace. You.
Well, I'm back and we start with cricket. As the West Indies 11 took to the field for the opening moments prior to the start of the first Test match versus South Africa, it was announced that the two of the Leeward Islands' leading players in Kyron Powell and Alzarri Joseph had been left out of the starting 11. West Indies won the toss and elected to bat first, and after a careful and slow start by the opening pair in Captain Craig Brathwaite and Shai Hope, their batting capitulated to be 97 all out, the lowest ever Test total versus the opposition. Lundy Ngidi and Antridge Nortje being the main antagonizers. During the innings, Nkrumah Bonner attempted an ill-advised belated hook shot at a ball from Nortje and was struck on the helmet. He initially passed the on-field assessment and continued batting until he was dismissed for 10. But a further assessment determined that he had indeed suffered a concussion and could take no further part in the match. Based on the new rules in the game, Sir Richie Richardson, the match referee, allowed the Windies' request to allow Kyron Powell to be drafted into the team as Bonner's replacement. This means that Powell will not only field, but will be able to bat in the Windies' second innings. South Africa at the end of the day had progressed to 128 for 4 with debutant 19-year-old Windies speedster Jevon Seals already bagging 3 of those wickets. West Indies should have tried really hard today to get back into the game, and of course we'll keep you posted on that. Summary scores at the end of day 1, West Indies 97 all out. Jason Holder 20, Craig Brathwaite 15, Shai Hope 15, Lundy Ngidi 5 for 19, Antridge Nortje 4 for 35. South Africa in response at the end of day 1, 128 for 4, Markham 60, Van der Dusen 34, not out. Jaden Seals 3 for 34, Kemar Roach 1 for 27, and South Africa was leading by 31 runs. We hope to bring you some better news when we report once again. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt?
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans such as lentils and kidney beans contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
You can lower your salt intake by reducing salty foods, removing table salt, and using salt alternatives when cooking.
Most people consume excess salt from processed foods, such as snack foods, processed meats, instant meals, and condiments.
Instead, use fresh vegetables, ground provision, fresh meats, and natural herb seasonings, just like our grandparents did, and just like you did with this soup.
Get salt smart.
I am salt smart.
Let's get salt smart.
We are salt smart.
Well, I'm back, and tonight football is in the spotlight. St. Kitts and Nevis will face El Salvador tomorrow, Saturday at Warner Park in the first of a home and away series in the Qatar 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Andre Huey, media consultant to the SKNFA, gives this report.
St. Kitts and Nevis lost 2-0 to Trinidad and Tobago in World Cup qualifying action on Tuesday in the Dominican Republic. That was a consolation win for the Soca Warriors, who were already eliminated prior to the match due to a 0-0 draw with the Bahamas on the weekend. The Sugar Boys will next do battle with El Salvador on Saturday at the Warner Park in the first of a home and away series in the next round of World Cup qualifying. That is to vie for a spot to the final round. The other results on Tuesday in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying saw Guyana losing 2-0 to Puerto Rico. That match played at the Warner Park in Bastyr. St. Vincent and the Grenadines losing to Cuba 1-0, Haiti defeating Nicaragua 1-0, Montserrat edging Grenada 2-1, Curacao and Guatemala coming to a 0-0 draw, Barbados and Dominica came to a 1-1 draw, El Salvador defeating Antigua and Barbuda 3-0, Bermuda and Cayman Islands settled for a 1-1 draw, Canada crushing Suriname 4-0, and Panama getting past the Dominican Republic 3-0. After those results, the teams to advance to the next round joining St. Kitts and Nevis are El Salvador, Canada, Haiti, and Panama. On June 12th, St. Kitts and Nevis will face El Salvador at the Warner Park in the first of a home and away series. Haiti will play Canada, and Panama will take on Curacao. The return leg of those matches will be played on June 15th.
Well, thank you so much, Andre. And as we close out for this evening, we take in some excerpts from that game played at Warner Park, Puerto Rico versus Guyana. that's our package for this evening and indeed for the week. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night and a great weekend.